So we got a basic operator 808 here, and I wanted to give it some of that texture. And the way I did this, if you tap this folder icon, you get this chain here. It took me a while to figure out this was even an option, but you could create a return chain. So I created a return chain here for filter EQ. It's got some auto filter and a little bit of tone shaping EQ, and I'm sending the snare and the shaker over to it. So on its own, if I take that off, my snare sounds like, and with it on, I've got, you can see it's creating a lot of texture there. And I did this because I wanted my 808 to have some texture, but I wanted the kick to keep its body. So here it is on its own. And so if I just take this whole chain here, the auto filter is giving you a little bit of movement, which is pretty nice. And only the percussive elements that I want to be sent there get that texture, so I can just send specific things like the hat over there, which is pretty nice. And since this is an 808, I wanted it to have a lot more body. So over here on the main drum bus, I put on this drum bus plugin, stock Ableton drum bus, which gives it a lot of depth. Yeah, and that's going through the roar, which is new with Ableton Live 12. So the drum bus on its own sounds like, you can see it gives it a ton of body. And the roar is a distortion plugin. And this one's cool, it's called Made for 808s. So it gives it a lot of depth and body. And I really like the movement it gives it there. In the mix, it sounds like, so this bass is doing some pretty cool stuff here. This is another basic bass preset that came with the Operator 20-year anniversary preset download on Ableton. And I've got it running through this roar because it just gives it a ton. A ton of texture, a body, character. That's going through a compressor, a little bit of EQ for tone shaping, and then a limiter just to bring that mix up. So if I turn off the tone shaping and the roar on its own, the bass sounds like this. Which isn't bad. But then you add in that roar and it just really kicks it up. Yeah, that roar does a lot there. And then with my effects chain. And so I wanted to carve out some space here with the kick. And what I'm doing is I got a little bit of compression here. Just side chained only to the kick. And a little bit of EQ and limiter just to pull it up in that mix. Now I get this body, this character, this warble, and slowly pulls in, slowly glides in. And all together in the mix it sounds like. This just gives it so much more movement and character, dimension. Yeah, I like that a lot.